Hello, my name is Alex Meller, and I'm here to help teachers use digital stories in the classroom effectively and efficiently. Um, the first thing you need to know when trying to create a digital story is the type of technology that your students are using. So you need to make sure that they, at the very minimum, have some sort of movie maker, whether that's Windows XP or iMovie, um, an iPad, anything that can record video and allow them to edit said video. There's a few things you need to know when creating a digital story to allow the student to gain the full benefits of what it actually is. You want the student to take their own point of view and use an I point of view rather than a third person point of view. This gives your student a little more ownership in what they're saying and a real life connection into what they're saying. A digital story should also typically have a dramatic question involved, and then throughout the story, the question will come up multiple times, and there will be multiple answers for that question. You usually want to involve some emotion in that, whether happiness, sadness, and going in with that emotion, you want to add music or some sort of maybe short clip where it again further brings in that emotion. Pace is important when building a digital story. You want to kind of have your introduction, and then you want the pace of the story to lead up to this climatic moment where you kind of reach your conclusion of your digital story. Your student should always be at the centerpiece of a digital story, such as what I'm doing right now. You want them speaking, and you want their own voice and their own tone, and you want them to encompass all of the things said beforehand within their own voice and within their own interpretation that they can present to their classmates. Lastly, not always necessary, a soundtrack where, again, the music, just say you're going for a sad effect and you play a little piano key, that's gonna sway the crowd to be a little more emotional. Same with a climatic moment where you kind of hold tension of the music. So you kind of want the music to reflect directly what your storytelling is to further involve the listener. Again, the digital storyteller, your student, should be at the forefront. You want them to express their full personal expression, and that is an extremely important thing. Now, the pre-preparations for a digital story. You want to have an initial script, so you want to have some notes down. You might see me glancing over in this video. I'm checking my notes to remind myself where I'm going and what direction I'm going into. You want a storyboard that goes along with it. So write a storyboard. If you don't know what a storyboard is, it's basically a little mini comic book where you write in squares each step of where you see it going. After you have that kind of basic plot line down, you can go from there. You want to discuss and revise the script and make sure that it's good. Practice a few times, do a couple videos beforehand, and you always are going to need to video edit afterwards. So cut out a couple parts where maybe you stutter, maybe you don't have good eye contact, maybe the sound just didn't come in right. Add a narrative track. You want to add special effects, and basically you record, your student records, they give their personal touch, add some music in as well, and it's really all up to the student. Let them be in control. You give them the guides and the outlines that I just gave you, and you watch them go to work, and you help them when they get stuck or through certain pieces of technology that they may not learn themselves and may need a little help with. So that's a brief introduction on digital storytelling, and hopefully some teachers will gain something from this. Have a good day.